So, our next Ignite talk is going to be about the path to inclusion. A little bit different, but very interesting. It will be delivered by an amazing senior whose story is absolutely beautiful. I mean, it literally took my breath away when I saw it. And she is absolutely beautiful. Through her self-discovery and realization that we may perceive many aspects of our lives as negative, she realized that they actually and unexpectedly lead us to our passions. Let's keep the energy up for Kellie Palomba.
I want to share with you a story about someone very special to me and the lessons he has taught me. His name is Michael, and he's my brother. He's funny, charming, sweet, mischievous, and so full of life. He's my sunshine. He's also nonverbal, has severe autism, behavioral issues, and medical issues. But there is so much to learn from people like Michael. Can I tell you that this boy, from the deepest depths of his heart, does not know what it means to judge? He couldn't even comprehend racism, prejudice, any of these things that we are taught in society. He doesn't have that instilled in his mind. This boy truly loves and appreciates everyone for who they are, even if they do not accept him because he is different. He didn't ask for his disability, but I have to say that in some ways it is a gift, because we should all aspire to be like him, to love someone not for how they look or how much money they have or whether or not they have a disability, but for who they are as a person. That's a gift. He does what makes him happy and truly enjoys life, and perhaps, other than my father, Michael has the strongest willpower of all the people I know. But there are challenges. I remember in high school I used to look back and say, well, it can't get much worse than this, as a sign of hope for the following year. And every year it would get worse, to the point now that I look back 5, 10 years ago and I have a hard time even remembering what happened. There's something about being on a high anxiety 24/7, always having to be 10 steps ahead of the game lifestyle that does something to you. Living in a constant crisis with new and worse challenges being thrown at you from every angle gives you a new perspective. You fight for what is right to protect the ones you love. You do what you can to survive. It's a little bit like a circus when we go out. People are watching. There are some people that look frightened. Others are curious. It's a constantly being watched scenario. We walk in a cluster. So with all of the people around Michael, he's seen as a warning sign or a possible danger. I can't tell you the amount of times people have called the police on my brother because they can't understand why he's making noises or sitting on the floor in a store. The constant doctor's visits, trying to find doctors that even understand, doctors that won't give up and say, there's nothing more I can do. The thousands of dollars a year on medicine, the thousands of dollars a year that every family like mine must conjure up when their child is 18 to prove that their child is in fact their child for guardianship. The stares, the remarks, the treating him like less than a human. The man at the mall that tried to assault my brother. And the time his school no longer had the ability or services to offer him. There are a lot of stories I can tell to explain this, too many. It's one of the most difficult things to explain. It's like PTSD, but in the present. It's like grieving without death. They say that time heals, but in this particular situation, it does the opposite. But in all of the negative things that have happened in my life, in our life, I would not wish any of it away. These things, these stories are what made me the person that I am. Every time something negative happens to my family, it makes us stronger. It draws us closer. It gives us the fuel and the drive. I look back on everything, and I can't believe we made it this far. And I realize that it is our love, laughter, and faith that keeps our family strong. We are constantly trying to turn the negatives into positives. I look back on everything, And it gives me the strength I need to look to what comes ahead. I look back on all of the challenges and the pain, and I realize that what I thought were negative aspects of my life were actually the turning points that led me to finding my passion so early on. I don't know if I would have been so drawn to disability advocacy or inclusive design. Growing up with a brother who has a severe disability has taught me lessons I would not have experienced otherwise, and has given me a unique perspective for designing and planning urban settings and policies that will better serve the special needs population. It is my vision to give people like my brother the opportunity to comfortably function and thrive to their full potential. You can let the challenges of your life consume you, or you could do what you can to work with them and to change them. Negative things that happen in life have the potential to be the catalyst for positive change. It is all about your perspective. And I thank my brother for showing me the way.